Alright, so the retro vintage carded goodness continues on with this Hasbro Marvel Legends Walmart exclusive Spider-Man cel shaded figure. This is very interesting to me because they just recently announced a VHS style retro carded packaging, just like the cel shaded X-Men VHS figures. Those were all cel shaded figures coming in the VHS box, and now they were doing it for Spider-Man starting next year. And they're going to start it off with the symbiote Spider-Man and the Carnage figure. They should be cel shaded. Now, I wonder why they went with this release here on this retro card to be cel shaded when really this is meant for the VHS style packaging releases. I don't know, maybe they just wanted to get the figure out there right now. Nonetheless, here it is. Let's check him out. Let's see how he looks. And this is the year of Spider-Man, of course, and they are really, really celebrating Spider-Man for sure. I mean, we've had so many Spider-Man figures this year alone. It is absolutely nuts. But here we are, the second Walmart exclusive of the year, the first one being the Lizard and the retro card as well. Here's the back side. Nothing crazy, so we'll just zoom in a little bit on the readout, and you guys can go ahead and pause the video here if you wish to read it. And you can just hear that retro Spider-Man theme song in your head as soon as you look at this figure. Here it is, nice vibrant colors, very animated. They really did the cel shading very well here in my opinion. They sometimes don't do so well with the cel shading, and some people still may not like this cel shading here, but I think it really does the job here. It really looks that much more animated, that much more cartoony, comic booky, if you want to call it that, if that's even a word. But this is on the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man body mold. Just a slight retool on the bicep to take away those peg holes that were there for those webbing effects for that Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. And that's it. Everything else is that same body mold that everybody absolutely loves. A lot of people are putting that Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man on their top 10 list for the year, so this one should be right up there with it because it's sporting the same body mold that everyone loves from that figure. So he does come with a few accessories. We have a few webs, so we get these make a comeback here, just regular webs that you can just stick on people or on the wall or whatnot. And then we have alternate hands, so as you see him right now, he comes packed in with the pair of fists. And then we do also get some wall crawly hands here. We always love getting these. And then we get our web slinging hands, and that'll wrap it up for his accessories. Alright, so here he is next to the Amazing Fantasy release of Spider-Man, and you can see here, they are exactly the same, but very different paint. They both look good. I mean, what can I say? This is an amazing body mold for Spidey, right there next to the Renew Your Vows body mold. And speaking of which, here he is, and you can see he does stand taller, of course. And here he is next to the Lizard, which is the previous Walmart exclusive figure for Marvel Legends, and this is part of the same retro carded wave of figures. And these go very well together, even though Lizard does not have any cel shading. And here he is with the cel shaded VHS retro boxed Wolverine figure. And let's go ahead and throw in Jubilee into the mix here, and you can see how well they look displayed next to each other. And for the heck of it, here is the bombastic Bagman from the retro vintage line. The regular one, not the Spidey one. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the figure. Check out all the clean line work on this. I'm very happy to see this. It's not 100% perfection, but it is pretty damn good. They are improving, at least from what I'm seeing here, in terms of the line work and the QC issues. So we can see some of that cel shading going on down here on the sides of the abdominal area and down to the legs here. The only areas I really get a little bit of QC issues is I got a little bit of chipping here on the blue, and I also have some chipping here on the back of the tricep right there, completely scraped off right out of the package. And then there's some weird stuff going on with the paint down here at the lower back. I don't know what that is all about, but as far as QC is concerned, that is it, and that's not terribly bad. Hopefully this is just Hasbro getting closer and closer to perfect QC and not having any issues like this, or very minimal issues at that. So everything looks good. I love the way it looks. So that's basically it. If you have Amazing Fantasy, then you know what this is all about in terms of articulation. We got the pinless elbows, we got the pinless double knees, we have the butterfly joints. Everything is here. We got the dual torso articulation with the diaphragm joint, and then the ab crunch at the lower torso right there. Everything is looking good, minus the toe hinges. No toe hinges on this guy. So that's about it. The only thing that he's really missing, but everything else is here, and I'm loving it. And I just want to show that if you extend his ab crunch out, then the lines continue on. If you crunch him forward, then the lines continue on as well, up into a certain point right there where it does kind of run out. But that's the back side. At least the front side is pretty much all there, and I'm going very slow because I don't want to scrape it or paint chip it or anything like that. I just don't want to risk it, so I am going a little bit careful because I don't want to mess it up. There is a lot of paint around here. All this is painted, and it's just painted on there very, very nicely. So who is this for? This is for the Spider-Man fans. I just gotta have every single Spider-Man. This is for the cell shading type of figure fans that really love the cell shading on figures. And this is for the person that really loves this body mold from the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man release. So overall, this is a super solid Spider-Man. Like I said, if you have Amazing Fantasy, just combine that with a classic look of Spidey, and then you have a little bit of the best of both worlds there. This is going to photograph very well in a lot of comic book type of displays, and I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun with it. What a great year it has been for Spider-Man. So many good Spider-Man figures have released this year alone that it's going to be very difficult to try to choose one, because I really don't want to flood my top 10 list with Spider-Man if there's more than one or two or three. I'm going to probably have to limit myself to just choosing one over the other. Lots of runner-ups I can see already. I can foresee a lot of runner-up Spidey figures for sure. But let me know your thoughts on this figure down in the comment section. And while you're down there, hit the like button and consider subscribing if you have not done so already. As always, everyone, take care, take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one.